Yo, therapy is not a cure. Like, I feel like like, whenever I'm discussing mental health with people, it's very much so like, they bring up the question, have you tried therapy? And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm in it. I'm 24, about to be 25, and I've been in therapy since I was 19, and even before then, I was in very close contact with school psychologists and guidance counselors, and I had very close ties with those faculty members. Don't get me wrong, it helps, but it's not responding to any of the systemic issues that are causing the depression and the anxiety and the feelings of worthlessness and the self-hate that are perpetuated by this system. My therapist told me it's about constructing a space to feel safe and to have this area for anti-capitalist thought, for self-love to flourish, for us to take care of ourselves amidst the hard, difficult fight of living in this system. Because the hard, simple fact is nothing is going to change unless we force that change to happen. And in order to fight as best as we can, like Audre Lorde said,
caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. But understand the context of why she said that. It was in her writings on her experience with cancer. That's why rest was revolutionary. It wasn't lush bath bombs. It was developing a new relationship with a body that had been disabled by a very trying and deadly disease, while simultaneously being Black in a world that was slowly killing her. That's why self-care is revolutionary, because it was somebody Black coming to terms with how disability and illness had changed her.
And we need to take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves and our community and our spirits and our souls in order to fight, in order to be what we need to be when we need to be it. We need community, we need each other, we need dialogue, we need discourse, we need sisterhood, we need brotherhood, we need unity, we need love in these times of hate. Of community and Black power ideology and Africana womanist thought, shout out Clenora Hudson Weems. I have 4 books that have helped me learn a lot about the creation and maintenance of radical space as an act of liberation. Has just taught me so much about how to love myself and love others as a political decision. Book 1 is a pretty seminal text, I'd say, for Black feminist studies, womanist studies, Africana studies. It's Bell Hooks's All About Love, New Visions. She just gives so much incredible advice and insight onto the different aspects of love and what that means as we navigate a capitalist, cis, hetero patriarchy. There's gems in here such as do not expect to receive the love from someone else you do not give yourself. That's on page 68. Here's a beautiful one. Self-love cannot flourish in isolation. It is no easy task to be self-loving. Simple axioms that make self-love sound easy only make matters worse. It leaves many people wondering why, if it is so easy, they continue to be trapped by feelings of low self-esteem or hatred. And, Bell Hooks is very raw and honest about the difficulty of the work in loving yourself and caring for yourself and making sure to maintain the responsibilities, not only the individual, but also the community, as inextricable from each other. Highly recommend this read. Book 2 is Here Are Truths, The Creative Potential of Black Girlhood by Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown. This documents a period of research that Dr. Brown conducted where she held a meeting space for Black girls. I believe it was mainly secondary school students, so like 9 through 12, and about the importance of having that space to be, especially as race, gendered, classed, sexed individuals that Black girls are in terms of intersectionality. The lessons in this are relatable to everybody. I hate that we need to stress that every time, that just because it mentions Black, that does not always mean the absence of whiteness. These lessons can benefit every student by leaning into and learning from the creative potential of Black girlhood, and how there's historical bodies of knowledge and cultural knowledge and ancestral knowledge embedded in Black girls and embodied in their everyday performance, in their communication, in just their ways of being, and with how constrictive and oppressive American society is specifically for Black girls and Black women. The creation of that space to be, just to be able to exist and dance and check in with each other and be in community, that's where a lot of the tough, difficult, but pivotal and important moments of healing and work can occur, is in spaces such as this. So Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown, absolute genius, so hot, saving our lives, hearing our truths, inspirational. Book 3 is kind of another cornerstone text in Black studies. That is Angela Davis's Freedom is a Constant Struggle, Ferguson, Palestine, and the Foundations of a Movement. And in this book, Angela Davis takes the protests from Ferguson, Missouri, where Michael Brown was murdered by police, and specifically highlights a moment where she connects the Black and African diasporic struggles for liberation with the anti-Zionist struggle and the persecution of indigenous people across the globe. And she centers the importance of social media in the development of these global movements to where everyone can be connected. She highlights a specific example where protesters from Palestine had shared like what to do if you got hit or sprayed by
tear gas,
as the protesters in Ferguson had been. Yeah, it's just really about social media and its part in connecting global movements. So yeah, Angela Davis with this brilliant book illustrates how the world is a lot smaller than it was even 60 years ago, and we all can see what's going on. And through these avenues, through digital media, through these various organizational strategies, it becomes a global force. The fourth and final book for this video is called Radical Dharma, Talking Race, Love, and Liberation by Reverend Angel Kyoto Williams, Lama Rod Owens, Yasmin Saidullah. Very Buddhist-centered in terms of the principles expressed. This is very much a talking book, meaning it doesn't read the same way as other traditional books do, and that it's very much inviting and opening a dialogue around the topics of race, love, liberation, and how they intersect with each other. This book details a lot on space creation and making space for pain and trauma, as well as the urgency of love in the self, and making space and caring for others in that, connected activist community. Page 83 of Radical Dharma. It is not enough to know we want freedom. We have to practice it. We have to be able to live it out together. Remind each other how messy practice can be, but rally each other. It is not enough to know we want freedom. We have to practice it. We want to be able to live it out together, remind each other how messy practice can be, but rally each other to keep going forward. That perfectly summarizes the themes of these 4 books, I believe. It's not easy. It's difficult, messy work learning to love ourselves and each other in a society that teaches us to hate. So, yes, those 4 books have done a lot of positive things for me in tandem with therapy as I've curated the relationship with my own therapist to be kind of that space where I can just be myself and not second guess my expression, and to be able to vent about my frustrations about capitalism and settler colonialism and genocide currently being practiced in 2025. There's like 9 happening. It's a lot, and it's hard. It's difficult work, very difficult work, but we can do it.